the internet stopped. No explosion, no warning, no emergency broadcast. Phones still turned on. Screens still glowed, but nothing connected. Messages refused to send. Feeds wouldn't refresh. Videos froze mid-sentence. At first, everyone assumed it was temporary. A router issue, a server outage, a regional glitch. But it wasn't regional. It was everywhere. The world didn't end. It just stopped talking. Within minutes, offices stalled. Delivery drivers couldn't access routes. Traders stared at frozen charts. Influencers refreshed dashboards that would never load. News anchors shuffled papers, waiting for updates that never arrived. Smart homes became just homes. Voice assistants didn't answer. Cars couldn't reroute. Cloud storage felt suddenly literal unreachable. And for the first time in decades, silence spread faster than information ever had. Confusion turned into anxiety. People checked their phones every few seconds. Phantom vibrations multiplied. Thumbs moved automatically. Swipe, refresh. Swipe, refresh. Nothing. The world felt smaller, disconnected, exposed. Because the internet was never just infrastructure. It was reassurance. Proof that someone, somewhere, was always there. Liking, commenting, watching, validating. Without it, something strange surfaced. Unfiltered loneliness. Cafes were quieter. Not peaceful, just awkward. Without screens to retreat into, eye contact became unavoidable. Conversations didn't have hyperlinks. Facts couldn't be checked instantly. Arguments couldn't be outsourced to search engines. For years, disagreement had been buffered by access. Now it required patience, and patience had become rare. Teenagers wandered outside, not to record content, but because there was nothing left to scroll. Some laughed. Some didn't know what to do with their hands. Influencers stared at themselves in mirrors instead of front-facing cameras. Without metrics, who were they? Without views, did moments still matter? If no one could post the sunset, was it still beautiful? Businesses felt it differently. Entire industries built on attention simply paused. Advertising froze. Algorithms went dormant. The invisible machinery of persuasion powered down. And for a brief moment, no one was being targeted. No one was being tracked. No one was being optimized. People walked through stores without personalized suggestions. They read menus without reviews. They made choices without ratings. And the choices felt heavier because they were finally their own. As hours passed, something unexpected happened. Time slowed, not technically, but perceptually. Without constant notifications dividing attention into fragments, minutes stretched. Meals lasted longer. Silences lingered. Boredom returned. And boredom, long suppressed, began doing what it has always done. It forced imagination. Children invented games without tutorials. Musicians played without uploading. Writers scribbled in notebooks instead of drafting threads. Neighbors introduced themselves without profile pictures. For some, it felt like withdrawal. For others, like oxygen. Of course, not everything improved. Hospitals reverted to manual systems. Airlines scrambled. Emergency services adapted under pressure. The world realized how deeply its nervous system relied on invisible signals. This wasn't nostalgia. It was dependency revealed. We had woven the network into our identities, our memories, our relationships, our economies, our sense of self. The internet didn't just connect devices. It connected validation. And without it, Many felt suddenly unmeasured, unseen, uncertain. Eventually, the signal returned. Notifications exploded across the planet. Messages flooded in. Feeds refreshed with hours of accumulated noise. The world exhaled. Relief spread instantly. And thumbs began moving again. Swipe, refresh, scroll. But something subtle had shifted. Some people hesitated. Some turned off notifications. Some delayed reopening certain apps. A few didn't log back in at all, because for a while, the world had functioned messily, imperfectly, but physically. And in that interruption, a quiet realization emerged. The internet had amplified us, but it had also replaced parts of us. Memory with archives, friendship with interaction, presence with performance, outrage with engagement, connection with access. The silence wasn't collapse. It was exposure. Exposure of how much of ourselves we had outsourced to the feed. The internet didn't disappear to punish us. It paused to reveal us, to show us who we are when no one is watching, when no one is counting, when no one is optimizing our attention. If the internet suddenly stopped again, would we panic? Or would we finally listen? Like, subscribe, and share if you enjoy this.